Hi and welcome to this Texturino tutorial. I'm Alice and this episode will show you all you need to know to get started with the first Texturino tool called the opacity brush. The opacity brush allows you to create intricate masks of opacity which you can apply to vectors, images or live text, making accessible something which is normally a complex task in Illustrator.
Overall we'll cover resolution, brushing opacity on and off, reset mask and base opacity, inverting the mask, preview type, and annotation colour. There are a couple of things that I would recommend doing before you implement this tool. Firstly, I would recommend Creative Cloud users to go into the preferences and turn off GPU performance. This is because GPU preview does not currently handle our brush tool previews correctly. Then, activate the opacity brush in the toolbox, which automatically opens my opacity brush panel, all of which specifically refers to this tool. Let's keep things tidy and dock this on the application frame. This tool's preferences can be accessed through the flyout menu. Here you need to check you're happy with PPI setting, as once this resolution has been applied, it cannot be reversed without resetting the mask. The PPI value is really important as this tool creates a raster mask, meaning it uses pixels instead of vectors. So if it were for web, I'd use 72 PPI, 144 for retina, 300 for print, and 600 if I was feeling very cautious. We recommend you use a higher than needed PPI if there is a possibility of the artwork being scaled up later. Be aware that PPI is relative to your artwork size, and also a higher PPI may be slower to implement. This is for web, so I'm going to put it back to 72. All these preferences are there if needed, but if you want to keep things simple, just leave them all on default. So I'll press OK to implement that change. And now the fun bit. Here I have a pink shape placed on top of a blue shape. What I want to do is make areas of this pink shape transparent so that it fades into the blue shape below. With the pink shape selected, I then need to click once on the opacity brush in the toolbox. Immediately my cursor becomes active. The dashed line annotation shows the size of the brush. Make sure you have the expanded panel open to begin with by double-clicking on the panel tab. Now I'm using a Wacom for this bit. If you don't have one, use your mouse in the same way and brush those areas where you want to remove the opacity. You may have noticed that the brush preview isn't round. This is because it's taken into account the pressure and tilt for my Wacom pen, which I'll go over in episode 6. I can also bring it back by using the eraser on my Wacom pen. If you're using a mouse, you can switch the cursor to erase by pressing the Option key whilst brushing. To start again, I just click Reset Mask in the panel. This percentage to the left is for the base opacity. At the moment, I have it on 100%. To apply a uniform 50% opacity to begin with, I would enter 50, then click Reset Mask. Here, the transparency of the pink above the blue, creating a purple tone, which again I can add and remove from. Also, we have the option to invert the mask by toggling this black and white icon. Best practice would be to isolate any work onto a separate, clearly labelled layer, so you can edit it easily at a later point. Be aware that grouped and ungrouped objects will produce different results. Two other important things to note in the preferences. Firstly, if you're finding your computer is struggling to preview the brush marks, then choose a lower resolution preview type. I'm going to select radius only. Notice how the brush preview is much more basic than what we were using previously. Again, what you choose is very much down to personal preference. Secondly, if you find the preview brush strokes are the same colour as your selection, then you can change your drawing or erasing annotation colour. You can also change these colours whilst brushing by pressing the D or E key. D whilst drawing opacity in, and E whilst erasing. That's it for this tutorial. Overall we've covered resolution, brushing opacity on and off, base opacity, inverting the mask, preview type, and annotation colour. Do watch the next episode where we'll cover the brush settings.
All our plugins are available for free trial via our website astutegraphics.com.